We are the Morning Hustle.
Morning Hustle Show, L'Oreal. We are at the BET Awards Media House 2025. Okay, and my girl is in the building, Sarah Fontenot.
Yes. Hey, Miss L'Oreal, girl, you look good.
Thank you. You always look good.
Thank you so much.
And you always know how to gather these men, which I love about it, but in a classy way.
Thank you.
Right? Because they listen to you, and that's
do.
great. How do you even... Because you tell it like it is.
I do.
But with like that, what do they call it? With the velvet glove?
Oh, I don't know what it is, but girl, you know what it is? I think it's because I speak a lot to women about accountability.
Yeah.
And I feel like we live in a world where a lot of us, we don't know how, nor do we want to take accountability. And so I just call it like it is.
Yeah.
You know, like on my podcast, we talk a lot about the entitled modern day woman, who, you know, that's a whole different story for itself.
Yeah.
And then we talk about the disgruntled broke man. Now, broke is a mindset. It's not a dollar amount, okay?
Yeah.
If you don't feel good in your own bank account, you feel broke, right? So those are the two people that I talk to, and I just call and tell what I think is the truth. And a lot of people are rocking with it because they feel the same.
That's right, because it's very honest. It's very straightforward.
Yes.
And, I mean, it is difficult to take accountability for some people.
Yes.
I had a conversation with, shout out to Dr. Cheyenne Bryan, which I know y'all hit a lot of the same.
Yes, we're on a show together,
yeah.
Truth Talk.
Okay, well, there we go.
We're co-hosts on the show.
Well, that makes sense.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
But I was talking to her about an opinion that she had, and I felt like she wasn't allowing the woman to take accountability in that sense.
Yes.
And so I'm with you on that. I feel like a lot of people, they're the innocent angel in the situation, and it's kind of like a delusional thing.
Yes.
And do you have to ever check any of your friends when it comes to that, where you're like, but have you ever ruined a relationship by calling someone out?
Well, I've never ruined a relationship, but I feel like one of the things as far as friendships go is we as women are so delusional. Why? Because we don't want to accept the truth. And the truth is most women shouldn't have masculine men. Because most women are very much in their masculine. Mm-hmm. And masculinity is not gender-based, it's energies, right?
No,
the most masculine man has 10 to 20% femininity. The most feminine woman has 10 to 20% masculinity. But for women that are acting like men and can't take that off when they go home, get you a man that wants to rub your feet, run you a bubble bath, is okay with running the household. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think the issue is that we weaponize femininity and masculinity, right?
It's true.
But it's just the truth. If you are in your masculine homegirl, do you, boo? And get it how you live it. But stop saying that you want this high-earning, high-value masculine man when that man don't want you and you really don't want him.
It's true.
If he can't tell you what to do, if you're not going to listen, if you don't want to submit to his leadership, that ain't the man for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and that's what I'm saying. We are delusional because we've been raised and groomed to think we're just supposed to get married and start a family. And that's great. But if you're not mindful of what that actually means, anybody can make you a wife and anybody can give you children. But if you're after peace, wholeness, fulfillment, alignment, similar core values, now it matters who goes into that spot.
Yeah.
So most people are married, but they'll never experience what it is to be husband and wife.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just different.
What about, so it's interesting that some people feel like if you're not married, you shouldn't give advice to married people.
Yeah, I feel like, first of all, everybody in my family is married. I don't even speak to married people. I don't. I speak to the broken person that wants to feel better, because the truth is, the more that you love yourself, I speak a lot about self-love, self-awareness, the more accountability, the more that you have these things, the better and higher quality of person you can attract.
Yeah.
Because we don't attract what we want, we attract who we are. And some of us keep attracting Ray from down the street in a different man with a different name, treating you the same terrible, tragic type of way.
Yeah.
You know, so I say I don't teach nobody how to be in a relationship. I teach you how to be in relationship to self, and through that you have better relationships. You have better marriages, because would it hurt for you to take accountability? Would it hurt for you to lower your tone when you're talking to that man?
Right.
Would it hurt for you to be mindful of your volume? Would it hurt for you to be submissive and actually choose a man that you trust? Would these things hurt? No. That's the reality of it. So, you know, I love everybody. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Leave what works. Take what works. It don't matter. I'm happy in real life, you know? So I just feel like we got to find our happy.
So with some of your views, though, you kind of poke at women, right?
I don't think it's poke. I hold them strongly accountable.
And how do you feel like that's received sometimes when it comes to your comments, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're not really in my comment section. It's crazy.
Really?
No, girl, they can't call me a pick-me. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
They love to say that. That's definitely a phrase.
They
that,
do,
yeah.
but you can't
It's like
call
Karen.
Right, right. But they don't call me that. I might have seen that comment 5 times in the last year and a half. You
Wow.
know, honestly, they don't really comment. It's the men that are saying protect her at all costs, or they're saying, you know, I sent this to my girl, or they're saying I sent this to my sister or my wife. Like the men are trying to spread my message because it's easier to hear. Like even Kevin Samuels, right? Kevin Samuels says some tore up things, but there's validity to it. It's not what he said, it's how he said it.
Yeah.
The truth is, some of us are out here acting like 4s, and when I say ranking on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm talking how are you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and energetically. Rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. You cannot use 7. Add those numbers up, divide it by 6 for an average, and see what your number really is. Girl, if you a 4, you don't deserve no 10. If you
so
a 5,
funny.
you don't deserve no 10.
Yeah, so you agreed with some of his views.
A lot of his views.
Really?
Because there's why would a woman that doesn't take care of herself, doesn't drink water, doesn't go to the gym, doesn't know God, have no source of like actually rooted inside of any kind of faithful foundation, doesn't have a good relationship with any other women, doesn't have emotional regulation, why would that woman, just because she's beautiful, deserve a high value, high earning masculine man? If all we have to offer is our body, we brokies too.
Brokies.
Okay, they brokies. So a lot of these women is brokies too.
Yeah.
You know, men and women.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I've seen lately, and I had a conversation just the other day about this, where a lot of men are waited to be courted now.
Oh.
What do you think about the soft girl era? I mean, the soft boy era, or whatever you are. What do you think about that?
I think those are some feminine men, and they need to get them some masculine women. That's what I think. I think that, honestly, I do think that there's a level of, you know, a lot of the times women will say, oh, you're supposed to send me to get my hair and my nails done before we go out. Why is your hair and your nails not already done? That's my
true.
first question,
Very
right?
true.
My second.
But what if he messed it up?
I mean, that's different. I didn't say that. I said before the date, right? I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't heard nothing.
Okay. Just making sure we're on the same page.
Touche. So there's that, and then also a lot of these men that are more feminine and care about how they look. It's almost like a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
You want to attract. You're peacocking, right? Look how big my tail is. Look how colorful I am. Look how great I am. I love that for you.
Yeah.
And somebody out here is gonna fall for it. But that same man don't deserve no 10 of a woman.
Yeah.
And also 10s don't exist. Let's be clear, because
Yeah.
perfection isn't real. But you get what I'm saying.
Everybody has a flaw.
Yes.
So that leads me to ask you about, so what do you think about like Cardi B right now? And her going from Offset to now Stefan, who's kind of a playboy in the eyes of, listen, there was a video that went around, they interviewed his whole team. And they said, who's the person you would not want to date your sister? Every single person that was on his team said, oh, Stefan, I would never want him to date my sister. So this is the guy she's now dating. I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah.
What do you think about that for a pivot for her in a relationship?
Well, if that's the case, I don't know if it's much of a pivot. But what I do think is, if we don't do the work to heal our wounds and really figure out where we have issues deep within ourselves, we attract the same man with a different name. So maybe right now it's Stefan. Before that, it was Offset. Next weekend, or next year, it could be Ray Ray. The truth is, we attract, and this is the thing too. Some of us are so comfortable inside of our chaos that when you get something stable, you think it's boredom.
That's a word.
You know, so
I get that.
We gotta get rid of our chaos. We've got to do that healing so that that's not what we're after.
So moving into a relationship after a relationship is kind of a bad move.
I don't think it's bad if you're really healed, and most women move out of the relationship before they move out of the relationship.
How long would you say?
They say the time is half the amount that you've been in the relationship.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they say. But the truth is, you got to know you know? Are you moving from a place of trauma bonding, or are you moving from a place of like, I'm powerfully choosing you because I first powerfully chose myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I love you. Okay, let the people know where they can find you, follow you, support your shows, your podcast, all that good stuff.
Thank you so much, L'Oreal. So you can find me at Ms. Sarah Fontenot, MSSarahFontenot. And It's Giving is my podcast. You can check us out on all platforms. Oh my God, Kirk Franklin is here. I'm fanning from this seat. I'm losing my mind. I'm so excited for you. And also Truth Talks. Check us out. We are the blackest, most unapologetic family at a barbecue, having very different opinions in a safe space. So those are the three things I can check out from me.
It's Willie.
No, not Willie. Willie is a guest host. He does come back.
So
we have Dimitri and we have Torre.
There we go. Okay, so y'all check that out.
Yes.
Support her wherever she is. Sarah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, beautiful.
Morning Hustle Show.
We are the Morning Hustle.